man, for inviting me to this exciting event already. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I don't like to stick to one area. Okay, I have participated in the Work and Travel program in 2001. That was 15 years ago. So I think most of you were like 5, 6 years old. My son is 5 years old now, so it's actually different experience and now different culture we are living. There was no technology at that time, and traveling was much, much harder than what we do now. Okay, I worked in a city called Rehoboth Beach in Delaware. I'm sure many of you did not hear the state Delaware before. In the US, it's called the first state because it's the first state that signed the US Constitution. Rehoboth Beach is called the summer capital of the US. Many Americans, they go to Rehoboth Beach in the summer to spend their summer period. It's a very nice city. This beach is one of the whitest and the cleanest in the world. It's in the Atlantic Ocean, direct. And it has a very cold winter, so this city, they work only 3-4 months during the whole year, and it's very, very busy. So I used to work in many places. One of them is ice cream store right at this corner, and it's opposite to the Atlantic Beach. People were swimming and coming to buy ice cream. That's the fun part, okay? So 15 years ago, how I started. I studied electrical engineering at the University of Jordan. I was in my 3rd year, and one of my colleagues, he told me, hey, I hear this program and this agency in Amman is doing it, can we go and check? I said, yeah, I'm interested, let's go. So I think when we went there, it was only one group that went the year before. There were 19 students. And at that time, many people, they said, okay, maybe it's, not something true what they were saying. But once I saw that 19 people already went and I saw some pictures, I said it's true, let's try my luck. And at that time, the council, they allowed us to access their website, their database, even before signing the contract or doing anything. So I had internet connection. Yeah, it's funny. 15 years ago, not anyone has internet connection. You have to have a landline and then a fax modem. Not every computer has a fax modem. And then you go buy a prepaid card like your mobile. It's 2-3 GDs that connect you 1 or 2 hours, and then the landline is dialing, And if somebody, want to make a direct call, your internet connection will disconnect, and then your mother is shouting at you because the phone bill will come maybe to 10 GD at the end of the month because you are online, and nobody's knowing what is online. So I used this opportunity to search for a job and read more about the program and everything. And of course, you need some little money to participate, to buy the ticket and pay the fees, which was, I think, around $1,000 at that time. Why I decided to go? Because, in Jordan you learn English at schools, at universities, but you don't learn how to talk to people. You need really to practice your English language. So this is important that you work in a country that they speak English. And then the money is good, the payment is good for the program. You can really make good money. And you will get to travel to the USA, which is not easy. And of course, you meet different people from many countries, not only the American students. So, there is one more, I put a certain slide for the experience, because the work experience is something. Now I work with a multinational company. We exist in 130 countries in the world. I'm the regional manager for 4 countries in Jordan and the Gulf. Our head office in the US and in the UK as well. We have 90 nationalities in our company now. And we have very, very strict system regarding culture that you have to respect others regardless of their religion, nationality, what they are wearing. You can go by shorts to work, nobody will ask you. In Jordan, you cannot go wearing short to work. So this is something I learned before joining this company, because in the US, I will show the pictures. I used my uniform as a short actually. So that was something very normal for me. And then you deal people because what you see, you cannot ask them any personal questions unless they become friends. But you really cannot ask them any discrimination questions because this is not something acceptable. Also in the US, they pay you weekly, not monthly, and weekly based on the working hours, which is normally 40 hours per week. But you have actually to work 40 hours to get paid for 40 hours. We used to punch in every day in the morning, which was like, it was not finger, it was like a card that you punch what time you come, and when you leave work as well. So if you come late, it will show in your paycheck, and if you come late half an hour, they will pay you for 39.5 hours. So the attendance time is very important. I'm not saying it's very strict, they will fire you, but you will start to appreciate the timing. Like the lectures now, I'm sure not everybody comes to lecture on time. Even in the companies here in the Gulf, they don't come to work. Sometimes they come 1 hour late because they know nobody will cut 1 hour from their paycheck. And nobody asks because they can work later or whatever. So in the US, the attendance is very, very important, and you will learn commitment. Also, you will start to do things that you don't do now because you are students. How many of you have a bank account right now? Okay.
No.
I'm not asking how much, but at least you have the account. Okay, half people here, they don't have a bank account. In the US, first day you go there, you have to open a bank account because you will get a paycheck, you have to deposit it. And they will give you a credit card that then you are responsible to do the payments and everything. This is something that you are not responsible here. Also, we used to pay rent there, weekly rent. So here you don't care about bills because your father is doing that, rents, whatever car, you just take your money from him. Whenever you finish, you ask him again, and that's it. Life is easy. But in the US, you have to organize yourself because you have to pay rent, you have to pay your bills, you have to pay for meals. And if you're planning to pay something or travel at the end of the program, you have to save some money. So you cannot spend what you get, oh, I got 200, let's spend them. But what will happen next week? So you have to start organizing yourself, how much I get, how much I spend this week. And this will give you a life experience for, I'm still until now, everything I pay, I record it. Because I don't want the month end and then I spend all my salary, I don't know where I spent it. So this is something I learned 15 years ago. Also, tax issues. I'm sure the guys will explain more about this, but in your paycheck, they will cut some tax for Social Security and others, and then you have to refund it back. So something important, you have to know how much they cut. They cut the right type of tax, otherwise you have to inform them. I worked at one company, for 3 months they were cutting Social Security tax from me while I was not supposed to pay it. They will tell you this in the orientation. So every week I was telling them until the end they refunded everything. So you don't just get the money and okay, say I'm happy. You have to check what they are cutting. They will give you a pay slip and then you have to revise it, okay? And of course the English language skills, this will help you a lot because 3-4 months you are talking only with English people. So guys, if any of you did not find a job yet, please find a state that you don't know. Don't go to your cousin, don't go to your aunt. Just go a state where you know nobody. Just be yourself and live there. Live the experience from day one. Don't worry, it will be very, very nice. The more it's hard at the beginning, the more it's nice at the end. Okay, so what's after work and travel? This is the US visa, actually. You will get a J1 visa. This is a visa, temporary visa for 3 or 4 months. It's not a passport. So after I came from US, many people were asking me, why did you come back? I say, why I have to stay there? They said, you have the visa, you can work there forever. No, you cannot work there forever. Actually, if you break your visa, you cannot come to US again. And I think you cannot even take visas for Europe or UK because if you get refused or deported from any country, they will be really reluctant to give you any visa for the European or other big countries. So it's very important. Believe me, if you take this visa, whenever you go to the embassy again, it will be easy, very easy to take another visit visa whenever you want to go again. Okay? So, first day in the US, we had our first night at orientation in Columbia University. They still do this, Sabah Hazan? They still do the first night in Columbia University?
No.
Okay. So, why I put this picture actually? Who's this? Do you know who's this guy? Spider-Man? What's the relation? The place. Yes. Spider-Man actually was a student. They went to a journey to Columbia University and they went inside the lab where the spider actually stung him and he became the super, power man. So this was actually in Columbia University. If you see this green thing, it's the same. So this is nice. I travel actually to many places. Whenever I see a movie, I saw a place that I went there, I really feel well. Now the good news is, When we went there, we didn't know anything, we did not check anything, we did not check pictures, there was no Google, nothing. Now with Google Maps, with the new technology, you can check everything. You can check your workplace, how to go, where to go, how to go by bus, by walking, by taxi, whatever. Before we went there, it was really vague, you know, we had no experience about the place, how it would look like. Which was interesting, by the way. Sometimes you really need to discover things in a different way. Communication. 15 years ago, I had on a Yahoo Mail and a library card in the US. Library card, you pay $10 a week or a month, I don't remember. And then was 2 PCs with internet connection. You have to go and sit there for 3 hours to give you 15 minutes. 15 minutes, I have to check my emails and run to my family. And this is all that I have. There was no mobile, no Skype, no WhatsApp, no Facebook, nothing. Now you guys, you have all this and maybe more. So it's easy. If we have any parents here, your sons will not be away from you. You can see them, you can talk to them everywhere. They can picture every meal, every place they go, they can send you immediately. We used to take pictures. If you look at the resolution of the picture, that was a disposable camera, if you know them, the $20. I'm sure you don't know. But we used to buy a disposable camera and then you send it to a place where they make the photos and then they don't return it to you, use it only for once. So the resolution is very bad and I have to scan some pictures for this presentation actually. Okay, so what did I do there? First thing, this is called Peppers. Peppers is the biggest store for hot sauce in the world, not in the US. They have more than 1,000 types of hot sauces, okay? So this is my uniform actually inside the store. And these are all hot sauces, barbecue sauces, ketchups and everything. And believe me, it was very, very busy. People come from all around America just to buy from this store, and it's very expensive. And they have their own recipe. It's a family business actually. They have their own recipes, they have own food, even they do like some rice and some, you know, home meals that are made out of their hot sauce. One of the ingredients is their hot sauce. So it was a very fun place to work there. Now, I said it's the biggest place in the world. So some restaurants and in Canada, people, they buy in wholesale, they don't buy just one bottle. They need boxes or cases, you know. So we used to export. So sometimes we used to back orders in the warehouse, okay? It was, you know, just carrying small boxes, put them in a bigger box, and then UPS come. This crunching machine for newspapers, because these are all glass, we used to crunch them and put them in between. I'm very proud to talk about this, by the way, guys. So, okay? This is the ice cream store. The ice cream store, as I said, it's also for the same family. They open until 2 a.m., especially in the weekends. It's very busy in the weekend. It's actually 2 shops. We used to stay 10 people here. Even in the door, 2 people has to stay. Sometimes the queue is just like, you know, like this. We have hundreds of people queuing to buy ice cream. And we had like every 2-3 hours, you have a 10 minutes break because it's very busy, especially in the weekends. We had like 80 flavors of ice creams and milkshakes, and then it's an experience. You have to know how to shake milkshakes and how to make the ice cream soft, how to do artificial flavors or original flavors or homemade or whatever. And then you have to learn the flavors. For me, I just know chocolate and strawberry, but they have so many flavors actually. Okay. So this was the main job, the main contract that I signed was 40 hours in the 3 places, which is actually little. You can work more. So with your J1 visa, you can work in more than one place, and you can get overtime if possible, if you can find another job. So I searched for another job while I'm there. You can do that actually. QVC is a hypermarket or retail store. It's one of the biggest in the US. Before, they used to sell on TV, before the internet, and there's a call center. You find something on TV, you like it, then you call people and then they will ship it to you. But they have 5 showrooms inside the US. So they were selling electronics, jewelry, antiques, some type of clothes, and collective items. It's very, very nice store. But most of the people who are working there, they are really American and, you know, not young people like us. They're more, as you can see in the photo. So once I was going to a supermarket, I saw an ad that they were hiring people and they want some temp to work just for 20 or 30 hours a week. Okay? So how much I made? It's easy. Depends on you. It was $8 per hour, 40 hours a week. And if you can't find another job, you can work 60 or 70 hours. Still, you have time for fun, for sleep, for sightseeing and everything. This is the cost culture inside our home. We had people from 7 nationalities. Actually, those are my colleagues. And this is when I traveled actually to other places. I went to Philadelphia and Boston. I visited the MIT, which is the biggest engineering student. I'm sure here if you studied Somalia, you know what's MIT. Last thing I want to say, it's work and travel. You have to bring things back other than money. Believe me, nobody else cares how much I bring back with me. You have to bring memories to tell people about. If you are not proud to do something in Jordan, don't do it outside. Do things that you are proud to talk about it. Be a good ambassador for your country. Don't do anything that you'll be shy to talk about. This is very, very important. One day your life will flash before your eyes. Make sure it's worth watching. This is not my quote, but remember it always. That's it for me. Thank you very much for listening. I will be here. I'll be here during the day. If you have any question, I'll be glad to answer. Thank you very much.